Sensational.
G'day, welcome back to the Sensational podcast. That's Donny, the ever magnificent, the omnipresent,
Wow.
the always wonderful.
Thank you very much. And that's Jord. And today
Thanks, mate.
we're coming to the lovely people from the Caxton Hotel, the best and also the greatest pub on the planet.
Oh, you can say nice things.
So somewhere deep down in my Donny heart is a Donny soul.
You're like the Grinch. You got like the no beating heart.
Yeah, I've come down for the prelim final. I'll
Yeah.
be back in my cave in no time.
I'm waiting for the day that heart beats.
What do we got for the people today?
We have got a completely disorganised and just chaos podcast today.
Yeah, we do. We're rocked.
Both of us just completely
Rocked.
disorganised.
We're rocked.
Whole other day recording.
We're recording on a Thursday, which means this is coming out less than 12 hours from now. But that almost makes me nervous. I got no time to check it. If we say anything silly, don't hold it against us, please.
Or do.
I mean,
That's up to
it's
you.
fair enough.
Yeah.
We said it.
We did say it.
Take me out.
I'm a bit nervous about that, cutting out all the things that probably shouldn't make it.
Yeah, for those that don't know, we normally record on a Tuesday and put it out on a Friday. That's how many layers of scrutiny the show needs to go through. And you're probably thinking, wow, that show I listened to on a Friday morning takes 3 days to edit.
You wouldn't believe.
You wouldn't believe the man hours to get the sound and the pitch just perfect.
It's actually a 3-hour show. We just have
Yeah.
to cut out all the bullshit.
Yeah, and one day those tapes will be released and I'll be in Mexico, far, far away from any burden of truth whatsoever.
Oh, mate, I'll be right there with you. You are known for a last-minute impulse little overseas trip.
Am I? Is that a thing that I'm known for? Yeah, I'm going to Austin in like 2 weeks.
I know. You asked me if I want to go. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean?
Dude, I've asked so many people this week, hey, do you want to go to Austin, Texas for 1 week? And they're like, no. And I'm like, why? You don't like the sound of Austin? Like, no. Like the city sounds fine, but like, where are you going? Like, what's going on?
2 weeks' time. Asked me like 3 months ago. Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, well, we're going out on the piss on Saturday. We'll see what happens.
Don't do that to me.
But no, I'm going to Austin, so maybe I'll do it. I will. I'll have to do a show while I'm over there.
Fuck yeah, okay.
That'll be fun.
We'll sync up our time zones, make it work.
We'll sync up.
We'll sync up.
We'll sync up.
Doing a lot of syncing up lately, you and me.
Yeah, no, so it'll be fun. If anyone's in Austin listening, say good.
I'm sure there's one guy.
I don't know how I'm going to get the off-field drama banner into my carry-on, but I'll give it a red hot crack.
That's in the oversized, mate. There's
That's an oversized,
bit
yeah.
of cash in that.
But no, that should be fun. And then I had a pretty big weekend this weekend too.
Yeah, what'd you do?
I got obliterated on Friday night, like obliterated in a way that I wish I could say I haven't done in a while, but
Weekly occurrence for you.
I got pretty drunk on, like I shared a bottle of tequila,
Yeah?
a whole bottle.
You found the one.
Don Julio.
Oh, hang on.
And then on Saturday, I got back, it was like I was 18 again.
Yeah.
Because I'm living with my parents. I walk in at like 9 a.m.
Well, you weren't always living with your parents. Don't give that impression.
No, not
Sold
always.
your house and
I've
you're back
sold
in.
my house. That's why I was celebrating on Friday.
Yeah.
The settlement hit and I went, I need to do something. Something needs to happen tonight.
Fucking must be nice.
And it is, bro. It is not, like it's funny. and so I got home at like 9 a.m. and my mum asked if I could like help her with something, and she just saw what a zombie and bit of a degen her son was.
Yeah.
And I went to sleep from like 9 until like 2.
Yeah.
Rolled out of bed to the brook,
Oh, no.
and that will be the last time.
You're done with the brook.
I'm done with the brook.
Why?
Well, I wish I was living closer to the Caxton because I wanted to come to the Caxton on Saturday to watch the Warriors Knights game.
Yep.
I get to the brook. Every single table's reserved. No, like, but not for what time?
So the game was on.
The game was on.
No one was here.
There was people there, so I think at the Cack it was pumping, but at the brook where I
Brook, right? Okay.
where I had to go,
Yeah.
there was like not a lot of free tables. But the tables that were free had reserve signs on them.
Yeah.
But I'm like, for what time is this reserved?
My issue with the Brook is there's not a big enough sports bar.
No,
it's all set
not
up as
big
like
enough.
a pub restaurant sort of thing.
The Cauldron Bar is elite, and because what
Yeah.
makes it so elite is it turns into a dance floor right after the games finish.
Yep.
The transition, the pit crew of the Caxton after
Pit crew.
after the game finishes to get all the shit out of there, and then people are dancing within minutes.
Blink of an eye.
Within a blink of an eye, it becomes just a jungle like never seen before.
They're well trained.
Well trained. And then you know what it was? It was the food, man. Again, I got the food again, and it was just mid. And then I went and saw Oppenheimer after.
Oh, fuck. That's what, 3 months old now?
Yeah.
Finally got
Dude,
around to it? They're still showing it?
I went to the movies alone.
You went solo?
I went solo to the movies.
Holy shit.
It was invigorating.
Nice.
It was like...
I've never done it.
Neither had I. I've got friends. And so... that's how bad I didn't want to be at my parents. And let me go at least get another 3.5 hours out of the house.
Yeah. So you picked the longest movie that was out.
Yeah. And I went to the Brook, and then the boys like, oh, we're going to turn in. And I was like, I might go see a movie.
Yeah.
And then I thought, when I got there, though, I was like, oh, is it a bit weird you're on your own? I'm like, nah. The lights will go down. No one will even know. Literally a second after I sat down, these two girls walk in and sit. Their seats were next to me, and I was on the aisle. So there was no illusion that anyone was coming.
Get up and move.
There was no, and they like were talking so loudly, like not when the movie was on.
Yeah.
But I just think like they thought if we take a beat here where we acknowledge what's happening, this is all going to be very awkward.
They probably thought you requested that seat right next to him.
Yeah, so we need to continue our conversation as if this isn't happening. But it was. And then on Sunday I went down to the Goldie.
You had a fucking huge weekend.
I had a massive weekend. Went and watched the NBL Blitz.
How was that?
It was, again, did it solo. I was going for work.
You're out on your own at the moment.
Lone wolf. Oh. I'm getting like, I don't mind it.
Yeah.
It's like everyone's making fun of me because in the group chat, I'm like talking a lot lately.
Yeah.
And like, dude, you got to like, but I've been going to these things on my own. I'm like, this isn't the worst thing ever. And I remember Hummer, a guy that I work with, said to me like a year ago, like, if you aren't able to go to the movies and to the pub by yourself, something's wrong. You need to be able to do it, and without being on your phone the whole time. And so I was at the NBL Blitz. I was just literally just like watching the game. I was like, this is good.
Just a man living in the moment.
Just living in the moment, man.
The freedom that you must find now. You don't have to hit someone up like, hey, do you want to go to this? Just go.
I just get up and leave.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You can start cutting off friends now. You don't need them.
Nah, I need someone. I keep on going to things alone. And
So it does suck.
it doesn't suck. It's a weird one. Like, don't get me wrong. Both of those things I went alone.
Yeah.
People were too busy to come with me. Like those.
Yeah, okay. Right.
But no, the NBL Blitz was surprisingly good for a preseason tournament. It was surprisingly. Do you know what it is?
Like a round robin?
Yeah, it's like every single team is at the Goldie.
Yeah.
And
it's like a magic round for NBL.
Yeah, it's like a magic round for NBL.
Yeah.
It was good. It was really good. I had a big weekend. And
Nice.
then I went out for dinner on Sunday night too. Massive weekend.
You're getting around.
I'm up and about.
You're putting me to shame.
Up and about. What'd you do? Oh, and I sold and moved my house on Friday too. Kids doing shit.
Fuck me.
Kids doing shit.
Mate, you lived like 2 weeks of my life in one weekend. That is insane. All I did on the weekend was move house. That was it.
That's a massive weekend, though.
3 days of moving my house.
It's the worst thing in the world.
It fucking sucks.
I hate it.
That was one of the worst weekends of my life, maybe. Because it's elevators both sides. It's like apartments. So I'm moving out of apartment and then into another apartment. And you can only really move what you can fit in an elevator at a time. So I'm doing like lots of little trips, and I've got 2 utes on the go. And then got towards the end of the weekend on Monday, shattered.
Yeah.
Not really thinking. Shut my car door on my thumb.
Oh.
Like completely shut it too. Like I had to pull the handle to unlock the door. Like it was shut.
What?
Yeah. Fucking hurts.
How you doing with that?
It doesn't, like it's not bruised or anything. It's fine.
That's weird.
I don't understand. And I had a tick.
You had a tick?
I had a tick on the back of my neck.
Dude, where are you moving into? The fucking Amazon jungle?
Right.
What the fuck?
Got Shrek as my neighbor.
Tick?
Shrek as my neighbor,
I
man.
don't remember the last time I even had to have the word tick brush my vernacular. I don't remember the last time I've encountered any situation where I could possibly see a tick.
I've never had a tick. That was weird.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah,
But
fantastic
you're all in
weekend.
now, and you're in the new place?
I'm in now, living out of boxes. It's fantastic.
Yeah, fuck.
Saturday though, moving day, I shouted the people who helped me move, shouted them some beers.
Oh, yeah.
And then got home, watched my incredible Port Adelaide go out in straight sets. Fuck that team.
Dude.
They can't win in September every year.
I had $50 on GWS too.
Did you?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Sorry about that.
I mean, good on you, but fuck you at the same time.
Is that the most boring grand final all time if it's GWS Brisbane?
It has to be. Carlton Collingwood is leaps and bounds ahead of that.
Not that I don't want Brisbane. I obviously want Brisbane to go through.
I think just GWS. Anything GWS
Yeah, it's just
brings
like
that grand final down.
out of both Brisbane teams, obviously there's one that I'd rather be in a grand final, but I do hope both go through for the city.
the city.
The nation.
The nation.
Saturday's going to be crazy.
Do you want to get into that?
Well, someone's got to do something. Someone's got to say something about Saturday.
All right.
So on this show, we do Am I the Arsehole quite a lot.
Yep.
And we love it.
Bit of a staple on the show.
Big staple. And often it's people calling in or ones that we've seen online asking if they're the arsehole. We have some preconceived notions about how we feel about this story and whether someone... Arsehole's rough, but...
It might not be. I think we could be the arsehole in this situation.
Us.
But
Us. Yeah, right. I was going to point it as, is he the arsehole? Which would immediately make me the arsehole.
you could go both ways with it.
All right, well, okay, so...
Let's pose the question.
Are we the arseholes? Are Jord and I the arseholes for not wanting to go to our friend's birthday because we have tickets to the Broncos prelim?
I think not.
That's the question. My tickets, okay, for those that don't know, well, you wouldn't, we're telling the story right now. It's our mate's birthday on Saturday. He's booked in the birthday.
Well, it's not even his birthday on
it's
Saturday.
not. And what's funny is he's doing the pre-birthday drinks.
Yeah.
He could just as easily do the post-birthday drinks.
Yeah.
Because the week of his birthday is also the grand final, which he is not in town for, which adds to this so many layers that are fucked beyond belief.
The group chat with these boys is in shambles at the moment.
Shambles. And so me and Jord have a mate. He's booked us in for birthday drinks a month in advance. Rugby nuffy, by the way, too.
Yeah.
Leaguey for sure. He's booked it in a month in advance. Turns out the Broncos are going into a prelim. I had a masterstroke and found myself with 4 tickets to the prelim final. 4 free, 50-metre line, diamond, free. I'd swindled my way into this.
I didn't know they were that good.
Yeah. And then I get a text.
Fuck.
You're not going to the game, are you?
I want to.
And I think to myself, all right, this was the best man at your wedding.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you play this? But we just need to know, are we arseholes? I've decided I'm not going to go.
I don't think we can. And look.
The Broncos part owner is going to the game.
That's a huge call. I was shocked when you told me that.
This was my thing. I had tickets given to me.
Yep.
He's bought tickets on Monday.
Yeah. After having
he's a part owner of the club. You have to be there for the big events, obviously.
Yep.
But he's bought tickets on Monday after the date's already been given. So I already had the tickets. I didn't see out these tickets. I was just biding my time to kind of see how it was. I was hoping the NRL would get this whole 7 o'clock thing overturned, 4 o'clock start. I'd go to the drinks after. I was hoping.
I think we're more in the wrong, or less in the wrong, now that Broncos owner has bought those tickets
I think so. So it's like, who's the arsehole? Is it our friend for not moving his drinks to the day before? When there's 2 Brisbane teams in preliminary finals.
Once in a lifetime.
In this city.
You could go to both games.
People are going to both games.
There would be that many cabs or courtesy buses ready to go from the Gabba to Suncorp.
Yep.
Like a huge weekend for sport.
We're talking about a day at the Caxton that may exceed all records.
A gargantuan day.
All records that come before it. Because if people are going to the Gabba to watch the Lions...
It's sold out. They're all sold out.
They will then come where? To watch the Broncos if they don't have tickets? The Caxton Hotel.
You could do both here.
You could do both. People will.
I wish I was.
The Caxton will be at capacity, I reckon, by 5 o'clock on Saturday.
Yeah. And you know what it is? It's the goal of this bloke to book a place that doesn't put sport on a TV.
We're going to the River Bar. We're going River Bar.
Yeah.
There's no TVs. He listens
Cocktail
to the
bar,
show.
isn't it?
He listens to the show. And we love you. But like...
If you're listening...
do it.
Move it to next week.
Like...
Week after grand final, please.
So we just need to know, we're throwing you out to the sensations. Are we the arseholes for feeling this way? Should you just go to your friend's birthday and shut up about it?
I mean, we did tell the Sharks bloke to go.
We did.
Are we hypocrites?
And that was weeks ago. Those finals don't even count. Like, who gives a... That's...
But for Brisbane across both coasts to have 2 home prelim finals
and
on
we're
the
not
same
going to watch
day,
either game
on the same day,
on anything but a phone.
Fuck that, we're watching. We're getting KO up.
Yeah, but we're going to be watching on our phones.
I'm going to slam some mini beers down my neck.
Yeah.
And we're going to watch both those games.
What time does the Lions game start? It's at 4.
5:15.
And the drinks start at
5:30. Yep.
Fucking...
Yeah.
I'm walking into the brown snake.
The more I talk about it, the more I'm like getting agitated.
But we need to know. Please reach out. Are we arseholes? We might be being dicks here.
Probably.
I mean, I'm going to have fun, but this is what I did say as a warning, because a lot of our friends do listen to the pod, and I thank them for it. This is a warning. On Saturday night, I'm not going to the Broncos or the Lions or the Caxton Hotel.
Yeah.
If we do not have a serious crack, like I mean a serious nudge on Saturday night, I will be beyond ropeable. I'll go to Austin 2 weeks early. I will fucking walk there. If
we aren't smacking...
If on Saturday night we're not launching into the stratosphere, 5 o'clock, if that's not a launch pad, you will never, ever hear the end of it. And I know it's always bad to put expectations on nights. You know, you just got to let the nights happen. Because normally if you G up a night and you're like, it's going to be the biggest night ever.
The more you try, the more it fails.
And that's not what I'm doing. I'm saying come with open heart and open mind.
Just be ready.
Be ready because we're going somewhere.
This launch will be so huge. I want Elon Musk to fucking hear about it. We're going. We better be smacking mini beers down our throats come 5 o'clock.
I'll say this. I've given Darcy's not going.
Yeah.
I've given Klutzy 3 tickets. There's still 1 spare ticket.
Yep.
Am I the arsehole if at 7 o'clock the group of people that I'm with are not ripping and tearing for me to Irish exit to a Broncos prelim final?
That's huge. That's huge.
I'm setting the gauntlet to the group.
I think at that point you probably are.
Like, you're on trial.
You know where we need to be? You have a time deadline now. We're on a time crunch here. 7 o'clock. It will be kicking.
It has to be.
It has to be.
Otherwise, I'll be kicking the fucking road.
Reach out. Let us know. Are we the assholes?
Sensational.
All right, rugby league fans. I've got some rugby league news for you.
Say it like that.
So the prelim that's breaking my heart isn't the only prelim going on this weekend.
No, it is not.
You can't get a ticket to that game.
Sold out?
Sold out.
Gone.
Warriors, Brisbane. And I will say, not to touch on that game too much more, dangerous.
Up the wires.
At 7:50 with a prelim in this city before it, fully loaded that stadium will be. I wouldn't be taking my kids.
I want to know how many people are going to both.
Even if they're not, everybody that is going will be watching the Brisbane Lions in the prelim.
You'd think so.
And drinking heavily. And then they're going to get to Suncorp and drink heavily.
This town loves to get around a winner.
And absolutely.
You couldn't, no one would talk about Brisbane
Could you
Lions
imagine
a couple of years back.
if Brisbane win the prelim, what it'll be like in that stadium?
Oh, the vibes will be huge.
So if the Lions win Suncorp, I'm just saying, like, the Warriors fans, they know how to give it a nudge.
Yeah.
Brisbane fans, I know firsthand, annoyingly know how to give it a nudge.
If they win.
That's going to be a big day. That's a big day, full day Saturday.
We have to stop talking about it,
to
man.
do nothing but get into your work. 7:50 kickoff. It's bordering on dangerous. It's bordering on irresponsible.
What do you reckon? What do you reckon the River Bar's policy is on bringing a TV?
Well, I'll tell you somewhere that you won't need a TV if you want to catch a game.
Okay.
That's on Friday night at a core stadium. Because the Penrith Panthers are giving away tickets.
Giving them away?
They're giving them away. Let me read this to you. Exclusive free ticket offer. Do not miss the NRL finals. We're incredibly excited about our performance at the NRL Grand Final on Sunday, October 1st. As a valued member of our Tina audience, please enjoy an exclusive free ticket offer to this Friday's NRL clash between the Penrith Panthers and the Melbourne Storm at a core stadium.
Free tickets?
Free tickets. All you
For
need
who?
to go... For Tina, I don't know what that is. But all you need to go to the NRL website, put in password NRL Tina 4, and you get free tickets. The Penrith Panthers are giving away free tickets to the prelim.
Is that why they had such a big whinge about the stadium being moved?
I think so.
Because they couldn't fill it.
They can't fill it.
You're
who'd fill
not
that
crowd
stadium?
drawers.
I reckon the Broncos would fill that stadium.
100%.
I reckon they would.
Yeah.
Because there's been all this. I spoke about it on the BBB Sports Show. If you haven't heard it, go back and listen to it. There was this big hullabaloo about how Penrith have played blah, blah, blah. All the Broncos haven't played enough games out of Queensland. But they've left their home cities the same amount of times. They've both left Brisbane and Sydney 9 times each.
Yep.
Shut up. But the fact that Penrith are giving away free tickets, just like the Blues did for Game 1 2022, had to give away free tickets, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
Maybe we need to crack out the shirts again, that we get it once.
I think so, because Queensland do get it. You're going for back-to-back-to-back, and you're playing the biggest dynasty in rugby league history, the Melbourne Storm.
Yeah.
And arguably, I know Para are a rival, but realistically, Melbourne are their biggest opposition over the last few years.
Yeah. In the home city of the game.
It's mental. That's what they say.
And you can't even fill the fucking stadium.
People love to be like, oh, Sydney is the epicenter of rugby league. How? When nobody goes and watches it.
Clearly not.
Nobody there cares.
Maybe it's just so hard to get around that city. No one wants to go.
I always bang on about how hard it is to get out to Homebush, but now they're starting to take the piss.
At this point,
you're simply taking the piss.
What bigger game do you need? You need the grand final to be able to leave your house and go to a game?
Even the grand
what do you
final.
Want?
I reckon I wonder if it's Storm Warriors, if they'll hit capacity in Sydney.
They'd have to.
You'd think so.
They'd have to. Melbourne fans would come up. Kiwis would come over.
Yeah, actually, with the Warriors go, and then the Broncos have a big enough fan base, we're safe.
Yeah.
We're safe. But I just can't imagine giving away free prelim tickets.
Nah.
Not even a 2-for-1. That's what it was. The New South Wales game was 2-for-1.
These are free.
Yeah, it was buy one, get one free. These are just free. If you go to the NRL website, hey, if you're in Sydney and you're listening to this and you want to go to the prelim, put in Tina 4, NRL Tina 4, and you get free tickets. There you go.
Yeah.
Listen to the show for more coupon cutting tricks. But I can't believe Penrith are giving away free tickets.
It just doesn't make sense. Like you said, going for a three-peat too, and we've sold out both of our stadiums on the same day.
Yep.
On the same day.
Yeah,
We've got two codes competing on the same fucking
and they're both
day.
sold out. So what's that?
And they're both sold out
90th hour?
Ages ago.
That's 90th hour, 55, 35?
About that, 36.
36, and that's 50, 52, 54.
Whatever it is.
It's about 90th hour.
Yeah.
We've got 90,000 going to two different codes.
Same day.
You've got one game in Sydney on Friday.
Massive too.
You've got one game. There's no other games happening unless everyone's staying at home to watch GWS. I don't know. Maybe that's what everyone's doing.
Did you see the GWS? I think it was president or someone like that said today that we're going to rob your house when you leave to the NRL about going to Vegas. We're here to rob your house.
Jesus.
They're going to put on marquee games during that week.
Oh, well, we've got marquee games going on too in Vegas.
In Vegas. I don't know. I don't know. I think they're just riding the wave of their finals wins, but also fuck them.
It has me worried about the future of the game, only because, and that's very Ray Hadley of me, but only because the AFL for the first time in a long time, they've always kicked the NRL's ass in attendance.
Yep.
Now for the first time in a long time, they're pulling in front for viewership too.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
I mean, you've got more kids playing it at a grassroots level too. Yep. So
what has to happen to get people like if you can't sell Penrith versus Melbourne in a preliminary final, maybe people have seen it too much.
Yeah. Is the stadium that shit? Like, I know people don't like it or going out there, but is it
the stadium is shit. It is shit. It is shit.
Would that stop you from going to a game?
But for a big game, it's not shit.
Yeah.
So it's shit most of the time when the doggies when the doggies are playing the Raiders on a Sunday afternoon and there's 12,000 people there.
Boring.
Atrocious.
Yeah.
Even if there's 25,000 there, you wouldn't even know. But for a big game, really, there's no excuse if that game has less than 55,000. I don't know. Do we kick Penrith out of the league? You have to start thinking about it. You have to start thinking about these things. You're great at footy, but it obviously isn't. Where's your funnel? If I was their marketing manager, I'd be spewing. All right, you've got a good product, you just don't know how to sell it.
Yeah, they're giving it away.
So it's same with Melbourne. Melbourne had a knockout final against the Roosters in Melbourne the same night as they had 4 games in Melbourne over the weekend.
It was a huge weekend.
There's no one there.
Well, there was over 90,000 at the MCG.
Yeah.
Over and over again.
So what I just don't understand what's so... It feels like the writing on the wall is league just not that good. I think it's the best sport. It's the game.
You told me last night it's the game they play in heaven.
It's the game they play in heaven, rugby league football.
Yeah.
They play this game in heaven. How do we get them to fucking watch it on earth? How do
we have a heaven versus hell show round. Massive game. And give free tickets to that
It really comes down to the NRL. You're just not selling the game properly. That's what it is. Whoever's in charge of selling the game isn't doing it.
Yeah.
Do you remember, you probably don't remember, when COVID hit and Greenberg got walked, there was like $10 million just unaccounted for.
Just missing.
Just missing. There was all these things at the top of the NRL that was just not done well.
Yeah.
And it was just managed like shit.
When you've got 2 used car salesmen running the show.
Yeah, well...
What do you expect?
I'm the last person to put Volandi's name in my mouth these days, I'll tell you that. But
I'll put something else.
But I just can't understand
Couldn't get it out.
how these games aren't being sold. I know I'm rambling and I'm just saying it over and over, but I am a bit at a loss.
Yeah.
Hey, reach out. How do you get people showing up to these games? What do we need?
Free beers, maybe.
Free beers would probably do it.
A drinks package.
That's the other thing. That's always shitted me off, right? You got these clubs, no one's going to the games.
Yeah.
So, and you don't want to lower the ticket prices. You need to do fun shit. You need to do fun shit at the stadium then. Because you're already not making money, right? So, like, what's the harm? You're already not making cash.
Get a buck. Get your own buck.
That is one thing to consider, Jord. I haven't considered this.
Get a live panther out on the field.
Well, we have to think about this, right? The Broncos are far and away the biggest attendance, home and away, except for Para. Para have a bigger away attendance, but that's just because everyone wants to see their team fuck up Para at home. That's just true. It's what it is. They've got the biggest road fan base. It's because everyone wants to watch them lose. But I have to give it to the Broncos. They have the biggest home attendance, and they're the only team in the league with a live animal as a mascot in the ground.
They're doing well.
To say there's nothing in that is fanciful.
Maybe everyone should have a live animal of their mascot.
Even just horses.
Chuck an eel out in the field.
I reckon there'd be more people at a core if you had race 6 going around there.
Rose Hill race 6.
If we moved Rose Hill race 6 to a core stadium, I'm sure.
100-meter dash.
I'm sure there'd be some people in there. No, there used to be a running track. You could get them going around.
Okay. Chuck them around.
Fuck it, even the trots.
Let's move the game to the Albion Raceway.
Yeah, I mean, you're far enough away at a core. It might as well be in the middle of Rose Hill.
Do you think
we might as well play the game?
Do you think that game would have sold out at Suncorp?
100%.
I think we just understand the game.
I reckon it would have sold out those 2 teams, if they were to play in Suncorp, they would, because the grand final's the grand final. This is one game removed. That sold out like that.
Yeah.
And Brisbane had no fucking shot of making that final.
There are no free tickets to Broncos game.
No, there's been no free tickets all year.
Except for you, apparently.
Oh, I've been getting lots, but... And I didn't even have to use code TINA4. Oh, yeah, if you've got any idea how to fix this, I think the horsies are probably a good shout, but...
Reach out, let us know. Do you want to gamble mid-game?
Sensational.
All right, Geordie, we did some reviews last week, and I've gone out and I've found some. I often say that Suncorp Stadium is the best stadium on the planet.
I would have to agree.
But even the best is privy to some kind of criticism. So I've gone out and I've found... These are the best Suncorp Stadium reviews I could find.
Okay.
The home of the Brisbane Broncos, the home of the Reds, the home of the Raw. I thought the home of a good time. Evidently, no.
I can't imagine what bad things people have to say about Suncorp.
Well, I waded through all the people talking about ticket prices and blah, blah, blah. And found some real issues with the stadium.
Okay.
Some real issues. So,
was it your review of Red Rooster?
No, that would be nothing. Oh, yeah, fuck. Yeah, oh, Jesus.
Trudged up some memories.
So this is from Bow Bow.
Yep.
Too much stairs, overpriced food, nanny state staff, no commentary during the game, in brackets, boring.
What the fuck?
And lots of rude drunks. Not recommended for kids. Too much stairs, fair.
I mean, I get it.
I don't know why you would think that you'd be getting commentary piped in during the game.
That's a weird one, eh?
That's crazy.
Imagine being a
and then
player.
to say it's boring without the commentary.
Stay home. Stay home. Some people aren't built to leave the house. Imagine being a player hearing the commentary talk about you when you're on the field.
Oh, that'd be so weird.
Yeah.
That'd be so weird. That's like the UFC. Like, they can definitely hear the commentators in the ring.
You reckon?
Yeah, 100% they can.
I don't
They
know.
like talk to them sometimes.
Yeah, okay. I reckon the crowd might... Okay.
This is another one. This is a fair review, I thought.
Yep.
You know, there's a lot of good things that happen in Suncorp, but sometimes there's bad things that happen there.
You have to admit there is.
And so Judy Wright was here to say she paid $55 for a ticket.
Good money.
Good money. And she was advised that no alcohol can be taken into the ground. Pretty stock standard.
I don't know what she thought she
No
could.
alcohol was allowed.
Yeah.
So that's all right. She's fine with that. But she had a bag of groceries with her. And Judy had her groceries. And then the groceries got taken off her at the front of the crowd.
Why is going to Suncorp to watch a footy game not the only event on in your day when you leave the house? Like, you leave the house to go to Suncorp. You don't leave the house to go to Coles and Suncorp.
Well, Judy did.
That's fucking bizarre.
And so so this is what she says. She had a bag of groceries with her and she had them confiscated at the gate. Where was the advice saying you can't take groceries into Suncorp?
Fucking in your head already. Common sense.
I was told to dispose of them. Thanks, Suncorp. You've ruined my night. Have to go shopping again tomorrow and leave the game early.
Did she come in with a trolley?
Not happy.
How much groceries are you talking here?
Just one bag. Just one bag.
Grow up.
I
don't know why you thought you could get away with that. Why is Suncorp not the only thing you're doing when you're leaving the house to go to Suncorp?
Well, you know, it's fair enough. You got places to be, people to see. Judy's a busy lady.
It doesn't make sense.
I'm just leaving the shops, going to duck into the Broncos game. I'll be... I'm going to duck in, see Darren, and I'll be down there later.
I got one from the Valley Cop Shop.
Okay.
So we've had Jay Bentley. He's given it a 1-star review.
Yep.
He says, worst strip club ever. What?
The Valley Cop Shop.
Valley Cop Shop.
That's
Valley
a lost
Police
man.
Station. Worst strip club ever. Can only assume he's been strip searched himself.
Yeah.
He wasn't happy with it.
He sounds like a lost man.
He's very lost.
I have my final review from Suncorp
Yep.
was also another lost man.
Okay.
I'm going to read this word for word, see if you can keep up.
Right.
My experience with my GPS from my phone has been horrible. What the fuck? When I'm supposed to be on a highway, it tells me to use the service roads. It tells me to turn right when it's not allowed. It always takes me through toll roads, and it's always rerouting itself. This is on a review for Suncorp Stadium. Absolutely terrible. We went to Suncorp Stadium to watch the Broncos play. Normally we catch the train, but the train lines were down, so we caught the buses instead. We used the GPS to get to 8 Mile Plains bus station. I ended up doing 2 laps of the Logan City, 15-minute trips. Then it took me another 2 attempts, 20 minutes to get to the main car park, as my GPS could not pick it up. Not happy at all.
What the fuck?
There's a reply here from the owner of Suncorp Stadium. I doubt it's from the owner of Suncorp Stadium.
The Broncos owner.
Google's saying it's from the owner. Got some time on your calendar. If Mr. Suncorp's responded to this. Hi. Thanks for your review. We're sorry to hear your GPS didn't work as well as you needed it to. Unfortunately, we don't have the ability to suggest... Unfortunately, we don't have the ability to suggest routes for your GPS. Did you enjoy the experience at Suncorp Stadium once you got here? No reply.
Fair enough. Wow. Wow. I'm lost for words.
He was lost as well. That's a busy day.
How do you blame the GPS for that?
What a rogue. You just know what that is what we're talking about when your phone buzzes and goes, how was your experience at blah, blah, blah?
Yeah.
That's a guy that has had enough.
It's just vented.
And someone needs to know about his GPS.
Surely his team's lost that day as well.
Yeah. There was another one in there that said, it was a 1-star review. My team lost and it kind of killed the vibe of the day. That's not fair to Mr.
I don't know. This might be the stadium's fault. They're giving unfair advantage to the Broncos every time they play there. Not cool.
It's true.
Yeah. GPS, though, that's brutal. How do you leave the review? Surely that device could look up a map. Just chuck the GPS out.
Well, when it's meant to be on highways, it takes him to service roads, and you know, it happens to the best of us.
I've got 2 more reviews for you here.
Yep.
And I've gone with the league theme as well.
Yeah.
I've got a Cowboys Leagues Club review.
Okay.
It's a bit wordy, so I'm going to cut it out a little bit.
Is it everything's amazing and awesome?
You'd be surprised to know it's a 1-star review.
What's going on?
Now, I don't know if it's nothing to do with the venue, similar to the last one.
Okay.
So, Chris Heffernan. Should I say his whole name on this
Shit
one?
name, Chris.
Trash.
I'm not bleeping it. This is coming out in a couple hours.
He says, it's funny how you guys are crying out for staff, but you never even bother to respond to you, yet alone acknowledge people that apply for work at your outfit. Says there are hundreds of unemployed people here in Townsville.
Hundreds.
Most of them want to work, but outfits like yours who ghost job applicants really puts a dent in their confidence. 1 star.
1 star. How was the Palmy though, Chris?
Did you enjoy your time?
Did you even go to the Cowboys Gaming Lounge? Did you?
I've got another one here for Canterbury Leagues Club.
Okay.
And this one's from Daniela Panabianco.
Okay.
She says, love the club.
Oh, great.
The bistro is the best I know.
Ooh.
What I'm not impressed with is the entitlement of the Bulldog players. Having had breakfast there the other day, we were waiting in line to place our order when a couple of players pushed in front of everybody to get served first. The club should maybe teach players respect for others. Just because they play for the Dogs doesn't make them kings.
When was that posted?
1 star. That's 2 months ago.
2 months ago?
2 months ago.
When you're on the bottom of the ladder, you're cutting in. That's the last thing you're doing.
Walking around acting like kings.
You're dunces.
Oh, mate.
That's crazy, cutting in line at the Leagues Club.
I mean, where else are you going to get that sort of star treatment when you're on the bottom of the ladder?
No. The thing is, if there's anywhere where you shouldn't be cutting in line of people, it's the Leagues Club where they're directly there to pay your wage.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like, there's not a more... Like, if someone's at the Leagues Club, they're there to do nothing but support the club.
It's like when you tell a cop, my taxes pay your wage. You know, it's kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
These people actually go and pay your wage.
I think it's funny too. Like, I'd love it if it was just like, you know how our mate kind of looks like Adam Reynolds? A little bit of a squint.
Yeah.
I'd like to imagine like that's probably what's happened. Or it's probably just like it's probably just a buff dude in a Bulldogs media polo.
Mistaken identity. Yeah.
Because name and shame the players.
You'd think she would have.
Name and shame the players.
Getting cut in line.
I wonder.
For your breakfast.
I wonder. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, it's out there now.
Now we know. Gus fucking Gould.
Clean it up, Gus.
Clean it up.
Clean it up.
Integrity unit. Come on in.
Someone needs to do something.
Yeah.
Sensational.
All right, sensations, before we get into the calls, and there is calls today. We banked them up from last week, and there's some more that came in throughout the week. We have to continue this last man standing that's going on in the group chat, and there's some healthy discussion going on in the group chat. Is Donny a professional trampolinist or not? Yes, it turns out he is. Oh my God, we should get him ready for the Commonwealth Games. And yeah, I know, it's only 2026. I'll probably be ready.
Yeah.
Did my first backflip in a long time today. A little bit scared. Just did a 3/4 onto the belly. But
I was going to say, are we calling that a backflip?
it is. It's a 3/4. It's a belly. It's a back to belly. I used to be able to do 100 of them in a row.
Well, what happened?
Bang. I probably could. I just didn't feel like it today. And so,
Haven't stretched.
should I work my way up to a full backflip? Do I need a?
Backies for Benny. Yeah, you should.
All right, I'll do a backflip.
Yeah.
I reckon I could. I'm more than halfway there. I'm 3/4 of the way.
We should call up old mate. What's the St George?
The Red Dragon.
The Red
Ask him for
Dragon.
some backing advice.
Some backflips off the roof.
I will say, I remember when I was younger, for the people that aren't listening, on the pod with this Bloody Brew and Beers boys, it came out that I was almost Commonwealth Games trampolinist. And by almost, I mean 4 years away of hard work. But I remember that used to hurt my back doing those backflips to stomachs.
Yeah.
And today I was like, fuck, that hurt my back. Like the way that I like rolled. But it's on, I think it's on the BBB story right now. If you want to see.
The mind was willing to be a trampolinist. The body was not.
Well, I dare say the body can get there.
I want to see it.
Maybe that's the biggest story of the year. My resurgence back into the leotard wearing foray.
Donny and Lycra.
Tramp Nation, boy can bounce.
So we put out the call. We had last man standing. You guys decided what was the craziest NRL story this year. So we put out the call. Last week it was Ben Hunt wanting out, not being allowed out.
Yep.
Up against TPJ being an undercover Queenslander.
Yeah. And we've just discussed about what one we're going to bring forward, but I've just thought of a better one.
Okay.
A better one that what we're going to say.
Well, let's get to what won.
Oh, yeah.
What won, what goes through to the next round is Ben Hunt wanting out but couldn't get out.
Okay. Ben Hunt staying at the Dragons, still the biggest story of the year. I've got one that may rival it today.
We need something to knock it off.
As we cast an eye back and we think back to some of the happier times of the year.
Right at the start.
State of origin.
Dolphins were good.
A very happy time. One of the craziest things I saw this year was Jerome Luai, the night of State of Origin Game 3, getting onto Instagram and saying, relax, all you idiots have work tomorrow morning. Crazy
was
story.
nuts. I forgot about that.
You know who got into his work on that? Guru, who normally will hold his tongue and he's quite like I love Guru. Make no mistake, we've done stuff together. I love him like a dear friend. He went in
on Luai.
I reckon he was, because it was him. You know, he was a New South Wales fan that was upset about the game. He felt like, and he tore him to shreds. If you haven't listened to it, it's probably worth going back and listening to it. It was that fun of a listen. He ripped him to shreds.
So he should have been. Didn't take it well though.
No.
Not at all. And if you're one of the idiots with work the next day, you wouldn't have been happy. That was for you.
Well, I think that could rival Benny Hunt.
It could. It might knock it off.
The biggest story, I don't know, Ben Hunt wanting out and not being allowed out was big.
That's 2 rounds in a row he's won.
Yeah.
He's doing all right.
It's around about this time you start to lose steam, as 2 last man standing pros would tell you.
Yeah.
But I think Jerome Luai, all you idiots have work tomorrow morning, that could knock him off.
I like it.
That really could.
I like it. So if you want to vote in the poll, it's going to be on the Facebook Messenger, in the group chat.
In the group chat.
For the Facebook group.
And it's popping off in there. We're talking most days. It's good. There's people, we're not even, you guys are chatting with each other. It's great stuff.
There's some great Photoshop jobs coming through as well.
Oh, yeah. It's I mean, with that group going, I might have not to see Oppenheimer on my own ever again. Content cures all.
I think that group was one of the first to see the Don attempt a backflip.
Yep, they were.
They were?
Yep.
Confirmed.
And if you need to see a backflip video, that's where you're going to find it. That's the uncut video too. Raw and uncensored.
So join the Donny's group on Facebook and jump into the group chat. That's where the poll's going to be for the last man standing. And we'll see some backflips.
Absolutely. I'll do another backflip if we get 100 more people in there.
I want to see a front flip.
Sensational.
We're getting into the calls. First one here is from Longneck Locks. Thank you for the 160,000 views, Longneck.
He's done well.
You've done very well there. Most viewed call all time.
That was a great call.
This is a follow-up to that call, I'd have to assume.
And confirm, not fucking worth it. Fuck the Roosters. Time to go to that party.
It's not going to be it wouldn't have been any better there.
Did we give bad advice?
Well, we did.
Yeah.
I mean, is that an insight into our Saturday? Should we have gone to the Broncos?
What if they do lose? Up the wires. I'd be equally as happy.
Yeah. Imagine if the Broncos won. What an awful time.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, true.
I'm there to watch the fall of the Empire.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted.
I feel bad for you, Locks. I mean, last week, for those who didn't hear it, Lockie was the one that asked the question, am I the asshole? if I skip out on my girlfriend's best friend's birthday
Yep.
and go to the Cronulla home game. Obviously, he went to the home game, heeding our advice, and wasn't happy with the result. Can't blame him.
Can't blame him.
Sup, boys? Hope you're well.
Oh, very
it is
well.
the Anala Idiot or Checkmate B.
Ooh,
You can
bit
choose
of
a nickname. for your fucking
rebrand.
choosing.
Hang on.
The rebrand.
What is the most amount of pain you've ever been in? Like, what's the most painful experience? Mine is definitely having twisted testicles 13 years ago. Sitting on my sister's side of the couch because, massive pain, wasn't meant to move, and her kicking me right in the fucking balls.
Jesus.
This is like a day after surgery, so that's the most amount of
Jesus.
pain I've been in. What are you guys? Make it a conversation topic, Fucking chat.
I will.
Love you, boys. Have a good one.
Now, we love Checkmate B, or aka the Anala Idiot. On my phone today, I was scrolling, as I scroll so often.
Yep.
And up came Darcy and Klutz, good friends. And I'm watching a clip. And I dare say, verbatim, the same call.
No.
What's going on here, Checkmate B? You take me as an Anala Idiot, I think. I fear.
You're recycling calls.
The most pain I've ever been in, this moment, right now.
I can't believe you've done that to us, mate.
I want to know. I need to get the timestamps. I need to know who got it first. I will say this was part of the calls that we didn't get to last week. Maybe he needed to know about someone that was in some pain so badly
He just had the topic
that he
on
had
his
to
brain.
reach out to those bums.
Had to know.
Had to reach out to a second tier podcast.
Couldn't get a hold of us. Thought who's kind of as good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Look at Darcy. He looks like he's in pain all the time. Sickly. The most pain I've ever been in, though,
Saturday night, Port Adelaide. Year after year.
like physical pain, I've been pretty lucky. I really have been pretty lucky. I can't think, mate. I had appendicitis, and
Okay.
then it got infected.
Yeah.
That was rough. That was grim. That genuine hurt a lot.
I think.
But I like an actual gruesome, gory injury. I've been pretty good. I'm a bit of a bitch.
I haven't broken anything.
Nah, never broken a bone. Touch wood.
That's not wood. I mean, on the weekend, slammed the door on my finger.
that's
fucking.
that would've
I had
hurt,
to properly
fuck.
unlock it.
Yeah.
Day before grade 1, my brother dropped a brick on my finger. Snapped the fingernail clean off at the bed, and they were like, "It's not going to go back."
Did I ever tell you the story?
Joke's on you.
No.
Grew back.
Oh, actually, no, I'm not going to tell that story. I'll tell you a different story. My sister, this might be the most pain she's ever been in. I think this is how she ended up in a neck brace for a little bit. We had this little cattle dog, this little mutt, Princey.
Yeah.
And he'd run at anything. Absolutely bolt at anything. So we thought it'd be a good idea to tie my sister up in rope on concrete.
Have you told this on the podcast?
Maybe I have. I don't know if I've told the story before. We tied her up in rope, real old Western style. So imagine what you're thinking, getting tied to train tracks. Yes, exactly that. And attached to the hound that was this cross Scottish Terrier cattle dog, Scottish Terrier legs, cattle dog body. I'd never seen anything like it.
Made of energy.
And we threw a ball, and it was on that pebbly concrete.
Oh, yeah.
And she got ripped up, hey.
Fuck.
Ripped up.
I don't know how you thought that would have gone.
Well, I think as soon as it happened, when you go, oh, that's exactly what would have happened in that situation. I don't know what else possibly could have happened. I don't know if I told that story before, but she got ripped up. She got hurt, dude.
It's proper fucked.
She got hurt.
Hurting your siblings growing up is just par for the course.
Oh, I copped it too. My older sister was always way taller than me. She, on numerous occasions, kicked me in the face with the heel of her foot, front on, like a Spartan kick to the face.
300.
Numerous, 300, numerous times.
Yeah.
So I didn't have an older brother, but she fucking played the part. She kicked the shit out of me often. One time we were at the beach,
Yeah.
and I pissed her off, and she tripped me and held my head in the water for the wave to come. Just people watching were just like, what the fuck? And I remember it so vividly because I had unbearable chafe at the time. Unbearable. And it was just so crazy that what was happening to me wasn't the worst part of my day.
That is the most Donny story I think I've ever heard.
Oh, we're off. We're
Chubby kid with chafe.
we're over an hour. That's when we get into our work here.
Fucking hell.
This is. I pity if this is the first episode anyone's ever listened to. We're both like wrecked from our massive weekends.
I didn't get a weekend.
And we're just yarning. And if you're listening now, you're having a good Friday and you're just yarning.
Yeah.
I'm happy you're still here.
Thanks for joining us.
But that chafe probably up there, top 10 most painful moments.
Righto, boys. The donk's back.
Yes.
G'day.
Or Dave Hughes, as Jord called me. I've had about 15 fucking wines and a Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Really? So I probably shouldn't be sending a voice recording in, but anyway, I just had a bit of a gripe that's been G'ing me the fuck up lately.
Lay it down, brother.
You know those fucking signs on the side of the road that say koala zone, and koala's been hit here on the 9th of the 9th, fucking 2023.
They give the date?
How the fuck do these cunts know when these fucking koalas are they doing fucking autopsies on? Is there a coroner's report for a fucking koala? It just G's me the fuck. I don't know why, but it just G's me the fuck up. What do you want us to fucking do? Like, do they want the fucking legislation put in for fucking people hitting koalas? It pisses me the fuck off. Let me know your thoughts, boys.
That's not the date they were hit. That's the date for the funeral coming up for this koala.
The donk has just given this podcast a call that has just matched its energy. That call has matched our energy in such a dramatic way. I could not help but think the whole time I'm listening to that, so obviously, so clearly, it's people have reported hitting the koala.
It has to be an honesty system.
Like, without a doubt, that's how they know. They're not cutting them open and counting the rings. Like, they're like, surely it's. I haven't seen those signs though. Also, good on you for being able to like read that much information on a sign as you pass it. Oh,
give a whole date. This koala has been hit on this date.
You're out there reading children's books on the signs as you're going past.
Also,
I've never.
What does it matter?
Yeah, what date?
I mean, it matters to the koala, I'm sure.
It would only matter if like you'd hit it and you're like, fuck, they're onto me.
It's a constant reminder for the next couple of weeks till another one gets hit that you fucking suck.
the trail's getting hot. Next that you drive past, it was a red Hilux. Fuck. We're pretty sure his name was Dave. Oh my god.
Is there a koala detective on the case? Fuck, that's good.
You got another call here from Fat Schmitty.
Tommy Jord, got a bit of a story for you. I've just been listening to the latest podcast talking about working at supermarkets and stealing. My first job was working at Super IGA, so it's like a larger Woolworths.
Yes,
Oh, we know the Super IGA.
It's like an IGA,
I
but
worked
super.
there from 15 for maybe 5 years, and
Put in the hard yards.
after 3-4 years, I started working on the checkouts, and I started closing the registers at night.
Is he stealing
But
money?
I also had to lock up the smokes cabinet.
Is he stealing cigarettes?
Every second night, maybe 2 or 3 times a week, while I was locking up the smokes cabinet, I'd pinch a pouch of tobacco, cigarettes, something I wanted to try, because I knew that in my whole career there, they never did stock take.
Because I was the guy in charge.
It was never questioned. Was pretty bloody good. So I definitely got my money's worth. And eventually that Super IGA closed and we moved to a smaller IGA where I couldn't do it. But in the end, I had to get let go from that IGA when I was about, 20. And I had to, for stealing pies. That's another story. Thanks, boys.
He's just a thief. He's just a thief. There's nothing Robin Hood about that story at all.
Oh my God.
There's nothing Robin Hood. There's no stealing from the rich to give to the poor. It's just
listen,
theft.
you're working at Super AJ, you are the poor.
No, because there's some people that are like, oh, I had to steal milk. I had to steal chicken. This guy's stealing durries and pies.
And my heart. What a man.
I love that they never caught him for the durries, though. He got done on pies.
The much bigger offence.
It was the pies that did you in. That's grim.
Maybe the statute of limitations for stealing cigarettes is passed now that the store's closed.
Dude, in this economy, there's no shot you'd be getting away with the cigarettes.
Absolutely not.
I got done for stealing. What a
way to go out.
Why are you looking for work? Oh, you
That's like
what's the pastry like here?
Yeah. That's like a art thief, high-end art thief getting caught stealing from a tip jar.
Yeah.
You know? Rookie.
You were flying so high with the cigarettes.
Yeah.
To just go back down to pies.
So you had a good thing going. You got a bit.
Big fish in a small pond.
Got a bit comfortable with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thought you could just flog a pie.
That's Fat Schmitty for you.
That's.
Hi. This message is brought to you by the Cuck and the Smuck podcast, also known as Donny and Jordan. Up the waz. It's Checkmate B here. I'm fucking lazy this week and did text to speech. Here's a joke for you. What similarities does a game of 8-ball pool and Jordan have in common? They both have blue balls. Good night and farewell.
Fuck it. You know what? Saturday, it's going to be a big one. I'm spending $2,000 again. Let's go.
We're on.
Give me some mini beers. It's on.
Black and blue.
Black and blue.
That's that points for creativity there.
Never have I ever. We haven't had one of them before.
No, never. No. We had Dell with his
phone call from prison.
I need Dell, if you're listening, which I know you probably are, avid listener. We hope. I hope you don't just call in and just like leave it in the ether. I needed a reaction on Saturday night, good or bad. We need to hear your reaction. You're the only Waz fan I know that was on the bandwagon pre-wagon.
Yeah.
Pre-wagon.
Would have been huge.
Yeah, we want to know. We want to hear your reaction minutes after the game.
I hope you went.
No, for this Saturday, you fuck.
Oh, my bad.
How could he retroactively record?
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Go back in time.
I'm tired.
Dell, step one, DeLorean. When you get there, we want you to go back 3 days and 3 days alone.
Put 3,000 on GWS for me.
3,000 on GWS. Get SpeakPipe open. No. Last call.
Jord, a cuck. How are we going?
G'day, mate.
Yeah, so I'm just going to go with this one anyway. It's War Choppy Floppy here. Hope you boys are well. I was just buzzing in to let you know I'm doing a poo. Yeah, do with that information what you will. Oh, also, thank you, dog. Couldn't tell you how it got back to them, but somehow my boss found out about that little segment I did about taking a piss with the whole lunch thing, and they loved it so much I've actually got a meeting where we're going to discuss how I brought that one up. Yeah, so that'll be sweet. I'll keep you boys posted.
Holy shit.
But, yeah, so I'm just going to keep doing this poo. Hope you have a good episode and tune in. I'll be tuning in. You won't be tuning in. I will. Yeah, fuck me. I wonder why my dog's barking. You know when your dog barks and you can't fucking go get up and like see why because you're doing a poo? I feel like it's a pretty niche issue to have, but yeah, all right. Hooroo.
Holy shit, that was good.
There's not these we have.
There's so much to get into.
The people that listen to this show, we are just all of us, Jordan and I included. We're just everyone that listens and calls into this show, this week out of all weeks has proven to me we're just on our own little island of misfits and freaks. Like we are...
We all seem to be in the same wavelength this week.
We don't normally... Like, I've been really slack with the YouTube. At minimum, that reaction to that call is going in the Facebook group because I was crying. I was just...
the dog in the back.
That might have been the funniest thing that's happened to me all week.
Listen, if you get in trouble with work, mate, before you go into that meeting, give the Sensational union a call. We'll front up. We'll break some knees like we promised last week, or the week before, I think it was.
He's Carl, I'm Marks, Incorporated.
Here we go. Let's rumble. Tell them let's rumble and then give us the call. We'll run into the meeting room.
You bring your HR manager, I'm bringing the manifesto.
Bring the dog too. I reckon he's good for it.
You bring your dog, we'll bring our dogs. That was just some of the best calls we've ever had. They're getting better. I'm so happy we banked that. There's just a roller coaster of emotion. Of course, if you want to get in touch with the show, it's on the speak pipe. This has been probably one of the most rogue episodes ever, but those calls have just tied everything together. That's so perfectly the vibe and essence. And I don't want to ever have a show that's not this vibe and essence ever again. This is all I want. I'm in the zone.
That was nice.
I'm in my flow state right now.
I was a bit agitated before with the Saturday night birthday, but I'm good.
I wish that we had 60 more calls. They're some of the best calls we ever had. Thank you, everyone. You know, we didn't fucking get this call of the week stuff sorted. We'll get it sorted.
You getting stickers?
We'll get it sorted.
You getting stickers? We'll work it out.
Pretty much. We'll probably have to buy a ton. You have to get into the group chat. We'll sort it out in there.
Yeah.
There'll be a poll on something, I don't know, whether we send them out or not. Yes or no, vote. Thank you for listening. The best thing you can do for us is show a friend. The show is growing each week somehow, some way, and it's nice to see. This week might put a stint to all that growth, who knows?
A bit of a stumble, bit of a misstep. We were going so well.
We really, really were. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Thanks for calling. Thanks for everything, and we'll catch you all next Friday.
Have a great weekend. Fuck Brisbane.
Sensational.